and welcome back to Caterpillar Time. So did you guys join earlier when we drew caterpillars? We did two different ones. We did one that was kind of a cartoon caterpillar, and then we did one like that on a leaf. So if you didn't join us, make sure you go back and check those videos out. Give you something to do. That doesn't take a lot. Just takes a piece of paper and maybe some crayons, colored pencils. Really easy and gives you something to do. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to make a fuzzy caterpillar. So all you're going to need is you're going to need some yarn. It doesn't matter what color. If all you have is purple, you just make a purple caterpillar. It's okay. I'm using what I have, so mine's kind of multicolored. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardboard. You can see this one here is taller than that one. This one is 3.5 inches, and this one is 2 3/4 of an inch. You're only going to do one of these. You want one big one. That's going to be your head because you want your head bigger than your body. And then we're going to do several of these for the bodies. And then you'll just need a pair of scissors and some pipe cleaners. If you don't have pipe cleaners, it's okay. These are just so that we can bend it so it looks like it goes like this. Because if you remember from our drawings, caterpillars are the only insects that move like that. Pretty cool, right? And then I've got some googly eyes for his face. So, ready to get started? So we're going to take the larger piece of cardboard, the one that's 3.5 inches wide, and we're going to make the pom-pom. Before you do that, you want to cut a piece of yarn that's maybe, I don't know, 6-7 inches long. That's going to be to tie the center of the pom-pom after you take it off the cardboard. So you want to have this cut before you start wrapping. Then we're going to find the end of our yarn. We're going to put it down at the very bottom here, and we're going to wrap around the cardboard 25 times. So it should be looking like that, okay? So that's 25 times. We're going to go ahead and cut our yarn down here at the bottom. Right, so all you should have is a piece of cardboard with the yarn wrapped around it 25 times. We're going to take that piece of string that we just cut. So lay it down flat. You're going to take both of your hands and just slide this off your cardboard. If you did it real tight, it might come off hard, but it'll come off. You're going to find your center. So right there is going to be my middle. I'm going to lay that across my yarn. So I have my piece of string that I cut that was 6 or 7 inches right here. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then I'm going to make sure that wraps down. And then you're going to tie it into a real tight knot right across the middle. Just like that. Make sure it's in the middle. Tie it nice and tight. And then I'm going to do it again and make a knot. So that's what you have. You have your yarn, and you've got this in the center. Now we're going to take our scissors, and all of these loops at the end, we're just going to take them and cut them. Make sure you get all your loops. Then flip it around and do the other side. All right. And then you're just going to kind of do this and make it fluffy. Shake it. And then you can see some of your pieces are a little bit longer than others, so you're just going to trim those longer pieces off so that your pom-pom edges, all your yarn is all about the same size all the way around. If you were sitting on the other side of this camera, you'd be getting hit in the head with pom-pom pieces. Now, if you want a tighter pom-pom, you can wrap more than 25 around. But today we're just doing that because I'm not sure how much yarn everybody has. So this should get you even if you just don't have a full skein. All right, so there's our head. There's our one pom-pom. You can see how this pom-pom is smaller. Not a whole lot, but it's a little bit smaller. That's his body pom-pom. And we're going to make probably about, I'm not really sure, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll make like a total of 5 of these and see how long he looks, all right? So make 5 little ones, and you're going to do the same thing you just did when making this one, but you're going to use the other one. You're going to use the smaller one that's 2 3/4 of an inch. And you're going to do it the same way. Whoops. Don't forget to cut your piece that you're going to tie in the middle first, all right? And then you're going to wrap it 25 times. So you should be looking like that. And if you lose count, it's okay. You just have a couple extra rounds on there. And you're going to cut it again. And then we're going to slide it off. We're going to have our piece of yarn that we cut. We're going to have it laying straight. Have that straight. We're going to slide this off the cardboard and lay that right across there and tie it in the middle. Make sure you tie it nice and tight. And then it's in the middle. Just like that. And then make another knot. And there you go. So earlier we learned some kind of fun facts about caterpillars. We learned that they only had 6 legs. They have lots of feelers, but they only have actually 6 legs. Do you know how many eyeballs they have? We're only going to put 2 eyeballs on ours today, but a caterpillar actually has 6 eyes. They don't see images in color. They use all their eyes for light, so they can tell the intensity of the light, whether it's real bright or kind of getting nighttime or whatever. So that's why they have so many eyes. So they don't actually see things with them like us. They can't see us. So it's really just for light. But 6 eyeballs, that's crazy. And let's see, what else is, remember, we're going to shake it. And then trim your edges. See, what else was kind of cool about them? Oh, do you know that they eat so many leaves that they can get like 100 times their size before they go into a cocoon to become a butterfly? 100 times. That's a lot of leaves. And they don't even have teeth. They have these little morphs that come down, and that's how they eat, but they're not actually teeth. Now I have one here, and we want it to be about the same size, so you got to make sure you trim them down to be the same size. So once you've cut one of these bodies, you're going to make sure that you trim your other ones to be like the same, okay? Now we're just going to make another pom-pom. So get all your pom-poms made, and once you get them made, like I said, you're going to have a head, and then you're going to have about, I don't know, I think maybe 6 smaller ones for the body. Once you get those all made, then we'll join back up and we'll get them all together. So go ahead and hit pause, get all your pom-poms made, and then hit play. All right, so we have all of our pom-poms, right? All right, now we're going to take a pipe cleaner, and we're going to take the head, the largest one, and the middle piece that you wrapped around and tied to keep your pom-pom together, you're going to take and put your piece of pipe cleaner right underneath that string that you had right in the middle to hold your pom-pom together. Go ahead and put your pipe cleaner underneath there. And if it's real tight, it might be it'll go through. You just kind of have to push it a little bit. Don't pull it through too much. You're gonna have it, and it's gonna look like that. We're gonna take this piece, this end, and we're just gonna wrap it around the long piece so it stays in place. Okay, so we have this. Now, we are going to take another pipe cleaner, and we're going to cut it into a strip about that long. We're going to use these as ties to tie the other ones on. So that means you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 6 of these. All right, so we have our head on there. And now we're going to take the next one. We're going to put it right underneath there. Right underneath that one. So we're going to take one of these small pieces that we cut, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to slide it underneath the center string that we tied the pom-pom together with. You're going to put it right underneath there and pull it through. And this time you can bring it so your edges, your two ends, are together and meet right there. And you're going to tie, you're just going to take it and twist it real hard so it's nice and tight around there. Don't twist it all the way down though, because now we have to connect this to the other one. So you're going to hold it upside down. You're going to put your pom-pom where you want it. And then we're going to take these two short pieces that are on the end of the pom-pom we just put on. Bring them and make sure they're wrapped around the long one. And bring it real close to it and wrap it nice and tight. Once you've wrapped it a few times around the long piece of the pipe cleaner, you can take these two extra ends that you have and you can just wrap them around the pipe cleaner. Just so then you still only have one straight cleaner. Just wrap the ends around. All right. Now we're going to start our body. So we're going to do the same thing and wrap this underneath the center string. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second pipe cleaner and I'm going to lay it right on top of this first one, and we're going to kind of intertwine it. It's just going to get a little more stability. So we're just going to take it and wrap it around it so two become one. See if that makes it a little bit more. And it really kind of depends on the pipe cleaners you have. If they're like really heavy duty ones or not. Mine are not real heavy duty, but it's what I had, so that's what I'm using. All right, so we have our head. Now we're going to attach the next piece of the body. And we're going to do it so that it lays right next to this, like that. So the pipe cleaner is going to go down a little bit. You're going to bend your pipe cleaner down like that. And then this piece is going to sit right here. You're going to tie it around your pipe cleaner just like you did the first time. You're going to put it over it and you're just going to wrap it around. After you've wrapped it a few times, you can just take the ends and then wrap the two ends right around these other two. So what we have so far is going to be this. And now we're going to take our next pom-pom and we're going to do the same thing. Wrap that underneath there and twist it. And then we're going to set it right next to this one. And we're going to twist it. So now we have that. And then we're going to do the same thing with these. Just keep getting all your pom-poms just like these. Just put them all the way down your pipe cleaner. Alright, so there's put together. Now one thing that I am going to do is I made one extra pom-pom. I'm going to cut it a lot smaller, really tiny, because you know on the back of a caterpillar, a lot of times it has that little tiny butt piece. So I'm going to make one, and I made an extra one, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim it down really small so that it shows, so it has a definite end to him. Okay, so I made a really tiny one that I'm going to put down here. And I'm going to put it right there. Does yours look like a caterpillar? He'll look even more like a caterpillar once we get his eyeballs on there. And the one thing I didn't tell you is glue, because yeah, you are going to need some glue to stick the eyeballs on. They'll stick on with just plain old white school glue, so you don't have to have any kind of special glue. Just plain old school glue will work. And I'm going to put his little tail on, his little butt. There. And then I have 2 eyes. So mine's going to have little eyeballs. So I'm going to grab the glue. I'm going to put some glue on the back of my eyes. Oops. Put his eyes on. You might have to hold the eyes for just a few minutes until the glue kind of gets into the yarn and kind of sops in, okay? I'm going to turn him around though so I can make sure his eyes get pretty even. You can just pull his middle piece up so he looks like he's kind of inching along. And there's your caterpillar. Awesome job, guys. So, what did we learn about caterpillars again? They have how many eyes? 6 eyes. And how many feet? 6 feet. And let's see, how many times of their self-size can they eat? When they eat leaves, how much times their size can they get? 100. That's huge. And with that, that means they have to break out of their skin and their shell because they're too fat. So they molt, which is shedding your skin, just like snakes do, so that they can grow bigger. And they do that like 4 to 5 times before they make a cocoon to be a butterfly. Such crazy and fun facts about caterpillars. So, what comes after a caterpillar? When he's ready, when he's gone through his life stage as a caterpillar, then he hangs from a leaf or a twig, and he spins a silk cocoon around himself. And that's where he starts to form into a butterfly once he's wrapped the silk cocoon around himself. So, what comes after he does that? The butterfly comes out. So, what do you think if we make some butterflies? So, we've done the caterpillar part. Now, let's go to his next stage, which is butterflies, and let's have some butterfly fun. So, come join me. All right? And until then, bye-bye.